I wondered if there were if there is anybody who would like to ask a question or make a brief point. Yes, Bayan Khan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chowdhury, for making the time to come to this conference and for your excellent speech. Could I ask you to please define exactly what is the decision that was made, or the judgment, or the opinion that was made in the Parliament? I understand you used the mechanism of a debate and you drew the foreign minister to come and make a statement. Can you just expand just a little bit on that? Because there is confusion among the Kurdish community as to, is that recognition of the Kurdish genocide?
Thank you very much. We, as I tried to explain, we in Norway, in our political tradition, in our political institutions, do not have any mechanism which we could use in order to define genocide as genocide. That is a flaw in our system. There is only one way to do that, and that is out of the political system, that is in the courts, in the court of law. But we do not, according to my knowledge, we do not have any culprit or suspect for genocide in Norway. Therefore, we have not carried out any case in the court. So the political system has a lacking grounds in order to define this genocide. Then we had to make a new tradition, and that tradition is, we have done it twice. We did it in genocide, and that was also, by chance, me. I took that with the previous Minister of Foreign Affairs and debated in the Parliament. I asked him whether the government of Norway recognizes what happened in Srebrenica as genocide or not. He said, we do not have, as I quoted him, we do not have a system in our political system, but since the former court, since the criminal court for the former Yugoslavian Republic has defined what happened in Srebrenica as genocide, we share this verdict, and thereby and through this mechanism, we also identify and recognize what happened in Srebrenica as genocide. Exactly the same term and the same method we use this time in order to debate and also identify and make it clear that the government of Norway defines what happened in Halabja and under the entire Untold as genocide because the court of Iraq has done so. That is the only mechanism we could use, and that is the mechanism we have used.
Thank you. Dr. Osman.
Thank you very much for your very nice intervention. I have one question. The Scandinavian countries, usually they use to tackle issues together, especially on the international arena or the things which are of general concern. So is it possible that Norway or Sweden or together raise this issue with the other Scandinavians so that all the Scandinavian countries together have a decision or a resolution or a common understanding on this issue to move other countries? This will be a very important beginning for the courts and for the victims.
Thank you very much. It's very right, sir, that we try as often we can that the Scandinavian countries take a common stand on important issues. This is one of those issues. But we didn't have time in Norway this time. We just had to do this, and we did it. And now there is an example set in Norway. It has been followed. I'm sure that Mr. Malm will tell you what happened in Sweden, but I'm sure that they saw what happened in Norway and followed up. Now what we can do is, and that would be my desire and my contribution, that we gather together parliamentarians from Denmark, from the entire Scandinavia, and see how can we use these examples in order to make a common voice, or the voices within the different parliaments, so that we, at the end of the day, within a given time frame, can have the entire Scandinavia to make make this gesture.
Thanks very much indeed for that. I'm going to move on to